Welcome, space travelers. I come to you as the High Priestess of the Intergalactic Federation Special Envoy to Mars. Guide to liminal places and the in-between.
With the ritual of the kola nut, we seal our covenant with each other in this altered time-space, opening the portals to present-future visioning. Let the chant, the sacred drum of our words ignite, illuminate, conjure. Welcome to Afrofuturity 02022020. There are infinite iterations of futurism at play across disciplines and practices in the field today, many which are offshoots of early conceptualizations of Afrofuturism. I emphasize a futurity that dances through dimensions and allows for a multitude of interpretations, divested of allegiance and constriction. I utilize the term Afrofuturism very specifically, including the hyphen, based on two major foundations. One is in direct reference to Malcolm X and the Black Arts Movement, an artistic and cultural response to Malcolm's assassination, founded by Amiri Baraka, Larry Neal, Sun Ra, and many others who believed in a black art for black people by black people. Malcolm X spoke to Afro-Americans, the term in use at that time, and one which speaks to reclamation and self-determination in naming, and thus this usage of Afro with the hyphenation roots my approach to Afrofuturism in his words and in this catalytic, devastating, and liberatory moment in time. Many of the themes and tenets of the Black Arts Movement, such as the poetics, performance theories rooted in African systems, considerations of Black space, experimentation, reclamation of traditions, speak to the roots and fervor of Afrofuturism. Secondly, I draw inspiration from Mark Rockymore's definition of the space of Afrofuturism through the metaphor of the Afro. He writes in What is Afrofuturism? That Afrofuturism is not a mechanical, technology-driven vision of the future, because an Afro ain't never been about anything constricting or orderly, in the hierarchical sense. Rather, an Afro is free-flowing, loving the wind, changing, shifting, and drifting on the breeze, bending this way, puffing out, or just plain swaying gently from side to side, following the whimsical inclinations of the melanated person upon whose head it is perched. I have been a practitioner, scholar, and teacher of Afrofuturism over the past 2 decades, and I consider myself a space sculptor whose practice spans site-specific art, ritual, design, ecology, and 2 decades in this realm of Afrofuturity. My meticulously constructed, fantastical, interactive Afro-sci-fi environments and performances interrogate, titillate, decolonize, and empower, rooted in Sun Ra's transformational legacy, asking, who controls the future? One of my earliest experiments in applied Afrofuturism through sculptural synesthesia was a residential commission titled Sculpting Sound, based on a sound wave pattern of a key lyric spoken by the client, then transformed into a site-specific light sculpture installed in the penthouse to line up with the southeast Lake Michigan horizon line. The multi-site exhibition Mutatis Mutandis, Those Things Which Must Be Changed, Having Been Changed, was developed from 2001 to 2003 with performance installations in Chicago and at Dillard University Gallery in New Orleans, highlighting the veils between birth and death. Mutatis mutandis, a favorite phrase from college Latin intensive, stuck with me as a key to Afrofuturism's foundations and to my understanding of this practice as simultaneously a journey and a destination. The knowing that change must occur even as the change has already been manifest. Afrofuturism exists outside of time and place even as it is rooted and sustained by our connections to our bodies, the community, and the larger world and universes. Afrofuturism is rich, dark soil. It is process and product, a shift in value, an improvisation, the world of shapeshifters. Afrofuturism says, Jesus walked on water, and you can too. Afrofuturism is not constricted, That is its power, the ability to shapeshift, the trickster code, fugitivity, navigating Moten's undercommons, traveling Drexia's digital codes and pathways, dots and dashes, from cuneiform to Luba Lucasa to iPhones. We humans love a handheld device. Afrofuturism is a portal to shaping this world and new worlds. It is environmental consciousness and stewardship. It is Wanuri Kahiu's Afro bubblegum, Kelly's Black Radical Imagination, Garvey's Black Star Line, Fanon, Reverend Nix, Daniel Obasi, Monet's Arcandroid, Macaria's Hip Hop Elders, Akomfra's Data Thieves, Butler's Uloi. It is Nikki Giovanni's ego-tripping time travelers whose bowels deliver uranium and tears create the Nile. Afrofuturism is High Priestess of the Intergalactic Federation's Special Envoy to Mars. It is Rapunzel Revisited, an Afro-sci-fi space sea siren tale. In 2010, I offered a cross-disciplinary multimedia art history studio course titled Afrofuturism: Pathways to Black Liberation, focusing on the field as a space of liberatory pedagogy and praxis. Since then, I have taught numerous courses specific to Afrofuturism and related courses such as 2018's Take Root Among the Stars, The Legacy of Octavia Butler, Surviving the 21st Century and Beyond, which included urban foraging workshops, a BIPOC panel of Butler experts, and a final exhibition of survival go-packs inspired by Butler's prophetic Parable of the Sower. Afrofuturism is a space of manifestation and possibility inspired by Butler's invocation, so be it, see to it. I gave birth to my first monograph, Afrofuturi 02022020, launched on February 2, 2020 at 2:20 p.m. at Blanc Gallery in historic Bronzeville, Chicago, along with the Camel Coat Collection, which began in 2014 with the Osanyin Commemorative Portrait Series created during an NEH residency on Black aesthetics and sacred systems, inspired by the Yoruba Orisha Osanyin, god of forest wisdom, healing, and leaves. The Camel Coat Collection considers the use of camouflage as spiritual and physical protection in the urban landscape, the visible invisible, and the hypervisible. Utilizing this numerological portal, the palindrome of 02022020, and my favorite number, 8, for infinity, and an homage to my Sun Ra-inspired durational exhibition, the activation Alter Destiny 888, the holographically enhanced book brings together a selection of 8 performances and costume works along with essays, performance scripts, poetic compositions, interviews, and even a survival recipe for fried flying ants, all focused on my art, scholarship, and practice in the realm of Afrofuturity. And in the immortal writings of the prophetic sci-fi visionary Octavia Butler, may we all be tricksters, teachers, chaos, clay. The Afrofuture resists limits of space-time. It is spiral, past, present, future tense, the next, manifesting alternate realities and spaces for the true realization of self, destiny, freedom. It is within and without, the core capacitor, and we are navigators and vessels, creating and traveling new realities through starry constellations and hidden pathways. This is just a taste. To learn more about my approach and to experience my dynamic lectures, visit denenge.net/media. To learn more about my performance and installations in the world of Afrofuturism, visit denenge.net. To order your copy of Afrofuturi 02022020, email to denenge@denenge.net. All content is copyright D. Denenge Duyst-Akpem and may not be used, posted, or reproduced without written permission. Please make sure to credit any usage of terminology such as Afrofuturity, and if you utilize my work for a course or presentation, I'd love to know about it. Thank you for visiting, and as we say in Tiv, Za Dido, go well and safe journey.